What's up guys, Boss here, and in today's video we're going to be playing the most broken deck in the game right now. So I've already made a couple videos on Electro Giant since he's gotten buffed, but I haven't used this deck yet, and this one is probably the best one from what I've seen. So many people are using this variation right now, and it is just so strong with the mirror because level 16 Electro Giant is just insane. I mean, the Electro Giant is quite broken right now, I'd say, so imagine it being mirrored. So like you cycle it and then the opponent uses all the counters to it, and then after they die to the Electro Giant, reflect damage, you could mirror it and send it into the other lane, or even in the same lane, or you could even go rocket and then mirror it, and it finishes off games really well, especially in triple elixir, the rocket cycle. So it just has good synergy. The cannon too, really good defensive card that's cheap, and then you got the bomber and the golden knight, which obviously pair really nicely with the Electro Giant, and the tornado pairs well with everything. I mean, the Electro Giant, the golden knight, the bomber, the rocket. So just a very well-rounded deck. Even though it looks weird at first glance, it's really solid. I won my last 3 games with it. We're currently 117th in the world right now, so we're going to try to get even higher before we get in the first game. If you guys would like to support me, use my creator code BOSS in any Supercell game. So yeah, with that being said, it's a very fun deck, very broken in the meta, so I definitely give it a try. Alright, let's get into the first game. Alright, so we're in our first match here against this Japanese player. We can just go ahead and cycle skeletons in the middle, and from there see what he wants to do. Guess we'll go bomber, and he's not doing anything so far. He's going to go for a bomber as well, so this could actually potentially be a mirror match, because typically when you see a bomber, it's usually, well, it's either going to be Electro Giant, or it could be Drill, but in this case with the Inferno Drag, definitely looking like Electro Giant. So I'm going to go E-Giant here into the Inferno Drag. I'm going to try to Tornado that Inferno Drag so it stays inside of the Electro Giant circle, so it gets killed, which is great for me, of course. Golden Knight is going to dash on top of the tower, so already an incredible start to this game. He had to use his Tornado there as well to clean up, so he kind of had to overcommit on defense, and we got all that damage. I'm just going to go Skeletons to make sure that Brawler doesn't get a shot. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have, but my cycle wasn't good anyway, and as you can see, if I didn't do that, I would have had to eventually anyway, so it didn't really matter. Okay, so he's going to go for an E-Giant. So you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to go for one, because Cannon pretty much can fully counter it on its own, so I'm perfectly fine with doing this. And he also, as you can see, didn't have his Cajun cycle, so he's just going to basically give me the entirety of the tower. That's kind of crazy. I'm thinking about what I want to do here. I actually think I'm going to rocket this, because we could probably just go cannon afterwards, and most likely if he defends the okay, then let's tornado this back. He won't get the tower. He gets it down really, really low, but as you can see, we're in a way better situation. I mean, look at his king tower. We still have our tower up, so incredible start to this game in this, yeah, against another Electro Giant deck here, which I would say, I don't know, I would say this deck probably counters, because the cannon gets way more value than the cage does. It basically does the same thing against E-Giant for 1 less elixir, and on top of that, what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, you also have, okay, and we could actually mirror the cannon here. Yeah, as you can see, level 16 cannon, he's laughing. Yeah, the mirror is just great, guys. And people don't typically expect mirror as well. It's kind of a nice surprise card, even though this deck is kind of common right now. People just still don't expect you to have a mirror. So I'm going to go for a cannon here. And then we're going to go ahead and actually mirror it. And then we should be able to get back to another cannon here, actually. Oh, that was actually a good NATO on his end. Okay, so he kind of just saved himself. So he still is in this game, actually. That was good. That was good. The Golden Knight NATO combination is very strong. That's why the Tornado pairs really nicely in this deck. He's got Mother Witch. Okay, that's kind of surprising. Chances are we could ignore that, so that might have not even been that good of a Mother Witch, even though he's getting damage, because he might have overcommitted a little bit, and now he might have a hard time defending. I guess we'll see, though. I'm going to go for an Electro Giant here. We're going to do the dash to reset. Okay, there we go. Probably going to go E-Giant here. Okay, that was kind of a bad Golden Knight, I think. Ooh, he also just messed up the tornado. So this is definitely going to be time to go in for another E-Giant. This might be the win now. Oh, and he just played the Inferno Drag right into that, so he really just screwed up. We're going to go Tornado here, do the dash with the Golden Knight. We don't get it on the King Tower, but this is going to be a really solid push coming in here. We could probably rocket, because we know, yeah, I knew he was going to go for a cage. And then guess what? We just mirror the rocket, and that is going to do it. We don't even need to mirror it, so we get the win there. Honestly, I don't even think I played that perfectly. Like, we probably could have saved our tower, but either way, we ended up, 3-crowning him. And that is going to put us... Wow, we move up a ton. We started the video 117th in the world. We jumped up to 68th in the world. That's pretty massive, I mean, that climb, because typically you don't move up that many ranks from just one win. Okay, we found our skim here, and wow, this guy's lower than me by quite a lot, so hopefully we can get the win, or else we're going to lose quite a lot of trophies. So he goes Spear Gobs, he's got Log. Okay, so hopefully this isn't Mortar, but from what he's played so far, there's a very good chance it is. I'm going to go E-Giant because I want to just see kind of what he's using, and he just used 3 Elixir, so it's pretty safe to do this. Like, worst case scenario, he defends this, but he's not going to be able to, like, punish us or anything like that just because I did this E-Giant push, because as you can see, most of it's just going to die. And now you guys are about to see why the mirror's good. Because what I'm about to do, because he just used his Mortar, we're going to mirror our Electro Giant. And when you play Golden Knight, you can still use it right after the mirror, I mean. Because, as you can tell, you can't mirror a champion. So it's very good in these types of situations, like when you want to mirror like a win condition again or something you just played. That's why the mirror's so broken with a champion, and that might have just won us the game. I mean, Mortar traditionally counters Electro Giant, but having the mirror and catching them off guard in single can just straight up win you the game, like as you just saw. So it's pretty crazy. I don't know if I could say this is balanced. I mean, maybe emergent. I don't know if Electro Giant's going to get emergency nerfed. I kind of doubt it will. Or maybe just the Golden Knight needs to be emergency nerfed. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, I don't know. It seems really strong right now, though. Maybe, they could take away like 4% of the health buff. Something like that could be good. Either way, we're going to defensive Electro Giant here. Probably going to Tornado. I thought he was going to... Oh, there's the Miner. Maybe I could activate the King, even though... Oh, nice. Yeah, that was really good. I wasn't sure if I was able to or not. We could actually rocket the tower. This is, like, really toxic, but I think it's a good play because he, I don't know. I mean, we have the King activated. I feel like this is not too difficult to defend, if I'm being honest. We just have to, like, use our Tornado here, and it's, yeah, pretty easy. So at this point, we just need to rocket his tower twice, and we get the win. So let's go ahead and rocket now. And then if if we mirrored it, we'd be able to get it just from that. But, oh wow, I misclicked that was not good. But either way, I think we're fine. We just have to just defend this next sequence and then double rocket and we win. Or could I rocket once and would it be enough? I don't think it would be. So this is crazy because Mortar used to hard counter E-Giant, but now it might not even counter it. That's crazy. Just because of how good the Golden Knight is and also the Mirror. Like, we won this game because of single Elixir, essentially. Oh, I actually could have double NATO'd and that would have worked too. But yeah, jeez, man, that's disgusting, the rocket cycle. There was one game, I'm almost tempted to show the replay. Maybe I will at the end. It was so disgusting what I did to this guy. I was basically against a 2.6 player, and I didn't get any E-Giant damage the whole game. I won the game by basically rocketing his tower 6 times. I think and at the very end, I did the double rocket, the rocket and then the mirror. It's so brutal, and there's like nothing they can do about it. So it's just a nasty play. All right, I'll see you guys when we find the next one. All right, we're in a match here against Ivan. So we got a Golden Knight Cannon. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and activate the King Tower here. Why not? Might help us out, especially if he's using something, you know, like P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam. Dark Prince. So it's some sort of Bridge Spam deck. It might not be P.E.K.K.A. though, because usually, if he's got a Magic Archer though, I have my Tornado ready. Because I don't want to give him that. Okay, so actually, We're going to actually go Electro Giant here on this queen. It's a pretty good answer. Especially if he activates the ability. That actually helps me out. Die quicker. Okay, so he does have Barbarians. Barbs are a decent counter to the E-Giant, but when you have a Bomber, it's kind of debatable whether they're even that good against it. So he's got Barbs. He's doing that emote. Alright, I'll do it too. Why not? If you guys didn't know, I think I mentioned this before in videos, that for whatever reason on top ladder, this is like the most popular emote people use, especially when they lose. Like, I don't know why, but it's just weird, because it's like, what's even the point of it? You know, I guess I get it's spammy, but it's like, what's the point? It just became a trend. I mean, that's really all that happened. So yeah, I guess he's doing it because he doesn't like the matchup. I don't blame him, I guess. Yeah, I guess it is kind of bad, and you can tell by, well, what's happening right now. We just NATO that queen in, and yeah, I guess I do feel kind of bad. I mean, but to be fair, this deck is bad. Like, what even is this? I mean, I'm sorry, I gotta call him out in the deck. Like, what is this? Barbs, Dark Prince? Like, this deck is awful. Like, I mean, you know, I'm sorry the matchup sucks, but, you know, it's like, if you're gonna use something like this, you gotta expect to lose against stuff that's good in the meta. But yeah, I definitely do have a pretty hard counter. Wow, yeah, he's doing that CRL number 1. Actually, I'll say thanks. Maybe he's wishing me good luck, you know, winning CRL this year. Maybe that's what he's doing. Anyway, there's there's also something really funny. While this game is ending, while we won already, let me know what you guys think of this. So there's some people who use the CRL number 1 emote against Mugi. Let me know what your thoughts are. Isn't that technically a compliment since he won the World Finals? So if you're doing the CRL number 1 emote against Mugi, all you're doing is reminding him that he won the World Finals. So is that even BM? I feel like that's a compliment, but some people, I guess, don't realize that when they do it, because I've watched Mugi, and I've literally seen people BM him by doing the CRL number 1 emote. Like, buddy, he won $200,000, and he won the World Finals. Like, what is that gonna do? You spamming that against him? Like, that's like the last person you want to use that emote against. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking, like, I don't know if anyone else would have thought of that, but, like, bro, like, do you know what the emote says? It says CRL number 1. Anyway, I'll see you guys when we find the next one. Okay, in our next one here against this Japanese player, we got Skeletons, which we can just go ahead and start with in the middle again. Go for Bomber in the back. Let's see what he wants to do. If he doesn't do anything, I'm just gonna... Okay, we could E-Giant the bridge. I'm pretty sure this guy's using Golem, because last time I played against him, he had Golem. So I'm kind of taking my chances with this. And Golem... E-Giant typically does pretty good against Golem, so I'm already liking the matchup, so far at least. We can just go E-Giant mirrored because he can't really defend it. Like, honestly, he can't defend. Like, I don't know what he can do. I don't think he can stop this. Yeah, it's helpful to memorize what your opponent has. It certainly helps. Wow. Yeah. This deck is broken. In certain matchups especially. What the heck, bro? What the heck? My man doesn't deserve what just happened to him. I'm sorry. We're gonna do it again. I think we just go for the 3 crown because he can't defend. He can't defend an E-Giant. Like, and if this doesn't work, I just mirror it, you know, and we do the same thing again. But I think if we get the tower... Oh, man. This deck is so toxic. Oh, my God. I feel bad for what I'm about to do. Why is this viable? Do you see the person laughing in the spectator mode? Bro. That's like literally me right now. Like, how is this a thing? Is this what this meta has become? E-Giant Rocket Cycle? Are you out of your mind? Okay, 57th. Go for one more game here. My God, man. people are going to lose their mind if this deck is broken for the next couple months. That's all I got to say. Alright, here we go. This will probably be our last game here, so we can go ahead and cycle skeletons. See if this guy wants to do anything. If not, I'm just going to... Okay, so he's got Mother Witch. I'm just going to let those get damage, and then probably going to just go... E-Giant, because why not? It's good to be aggressive and single with this deck. At least that's what I typically do. Let's see if he decides to go for... Yeah, he does go Fisherman. I was gonna Tornado, but when he played that Giant Skeleton, it kind of made me think he wasn't going to. It's probably fine because we got so much damage before he went for that Fisherman anyway. Let's see what he wants to do here. I'm just gonna Bomber. He might activate the ability. No, he actually decided not to. Interesting. Really good start to this game, though. I can't complain at all. Go Golden Knight here just because we have the Bomber supporting it. Unfortunately, we don't take out that Firecracker, but we still got some good value against that Skarmy there. That was solid. Got the King activated, but probably not worth it since he's using RG, but I just decided to do it anyway. Because at least it'll help against the Skarmy. Like, I can ignore Skarmies now. So that is one good thing. I got a defensive E-Giant here. I think I don't have a choice. It'll deal with the Mother Witch and that Skeleton King, but I really didn't want to have to do that, because now... Yeah, this is not going well thus far. Oh, and he's got Zappies. Dang, okay. That's not good, because Zappies are one of the best... my last video made a video on Recruits Hogs. Zappies are probably one of the best counters to E-Giant. Unless you're using some strange variation with, like, Fireball, you don't have any way of taking them out. We're going to Tornado this all together and hope the Golden Knight can do its thing. Nice. We can win this. We have a chance, but I don't know how we're going to get an E-Giant to the tower. We got to play pretty passively here. Just focus on probably defending. E-Giant here. Let's see what he wants to do. He goes Giant Skelly. Okay, Golden Knight. I'm tempted to mirror my Electro Giant. Do we just go for it? I know he probably just Fisherman's here, but... Yeah. Fisherman. Ah. It's not good. This is it, I think. Firecracker Fisherman. Zappies. Big yikes. But if I go for the cannon now, the Giant Skelly... Yikes. Alright, well, finally, I think found something that does pretty good against this deck. All good, though. By the way, that was tying him. That's, just my friend. So if you're wondering why it says draw, we didn't have a true draw. Don't worry. I would have, of course, shown it. We just tied, like, we just both didn't play anything. Sometimes people who know each other do that on top of ladder. Yeah, so definitely tough one there. I mean, I don't think I played perfectly. There were definitely some things I could have done differently. Probably that E-Giant was bad. I should have just realized there's no way I was going to get an E-Giant to the tower, so I should have just rocket cycled and just defended and then rocket cycled and triple. But definitely tough. I mean, you see the Firecracker, Zappies, Giant Skeleton, and Fisherman all going to be getting some really good value in that matchup for the opponent. But, yeah, all good. We had a really good video regardless. We end 72nd. I think we made it, yeah, in top 60 at one point. So, really solid. This deck is just broken. I don't know if anything in it's going to get emergency nerfed. But I do know if people complain too much about the Electro Giant, I would not be surprised if they take a little bit of the hit points away. Alright, so if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to like the video if you, did enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already. And thanks again. Until next time, guys.